viewers, you're watching GW News Recap. This is the segment where we bring the top stories of the week. I'm your anchor, Azan Jamir. Let's have a look at the headlines first. The Rising People's Party formally merged with the ruling Naga People's Front on July 11 with Nagaland Chief Minister and NPF President Nipuriyo describing the move as a step towards greater Naga unity while reaffirming that resolving the long-pending Naga political issue remains the party's top priority. Nagaland National People's Party President and MLA A. Nyamne Konyak has demanded strict action against those responsible for the July 9 Nagaland State Transport Pass accident on the Montopu Road that left one person dead and several others injured. Two people, including a village chief, were arrested after vacant houses of the Media community were set on fire in a village near Limakong in Manipur on July 11. Iran's former Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was buried at the shrine of Imam Reza in Mashhad early on July, then bringing to a close a week of mass funeral processions and mourning ceremonies. And now the news in details. The Rising People's Party formally merged with the ruling Naga People's Front on July 11 with Nagaland Chief Minister and NPF President Nipuriyo describing the move as a step towards greater Naga unity while reaffirming that resolving the long-pending Naga political issue remains the party's top priority. Welcoming the RPP leadership into the NPF at the program in Kohima, Rio said the merger represented the coming together of people, ideas, experiences and aspirations in the larger interests of the Naga people. The Naga political issue remains at the very top of the agenda of the Naga People's Front and the People's Democratic Alliance government, Rio said, adding that the party would continue to facilitate efforts to create a conducive environment for an early resolution of the decades-old conflict. He said the Naga people had awaited for generations for an inclusive, honorable and acceptable political settlement and assured that the NPF would continue working towards achieving the collective aspirations of the people. Rio also appealed to Nagas in Manipur, where assembly elections are due, to strengthen the NPF and work towards building a common political platform representing Naga aspirations. Calling the merger another important step towards unity, he said politics should not only be about differences but also about reconciliation and building hope for future generations. The Chief Minister further reiterated the state government's commitment to pursuing peace and development simultaneously by improving infrastructure, connectivity, healthcare, education, employment opportunities, entrepreneurship and rural livelihoods while ensuring greater participation of women and youth. The Rising People's Party, formed in October 2020 and registered with the Election Commission of India in June 2021, had positioned itself as a regional alternative focused on clean governance and electoral reforms. However, it failed to win any seat in the 2023 Nagaland Assembly elections and currently has no representation in the 60-member assembly or in urban local bodies. During the program, Chingwang Konyak addressed the gathering before RPP President Joel Naga formally announced the merger. The merger was officially declared by NPF Secretary General and Advisor Achumpe Mwakikon, while NPF Working President Pusa Zoluro administered the oath to the incoming members. Following the merger, several RPP leaders led by Joel Naga were assigned positions in the NPF's central organization. Nagaland National People's Party President and MLA A. Nyamne Konyak has demanded strict action against those responsible for the July 9 Nagaland State Transport Pass accident on the Montopu Road that left one person dead and several others injured. The incident occurred near Oka Jangkong village when the NST bus reportedly skidded off the road and overturned while negotiating a sharp bend. One passenger died on the spot while several others sustained serious injuries. In a statement, Konyak alleged that the driver was operating the bus under the influence of intoxicating substances and said the tragedy could have been prevented. He also claimed that the Transport Department failed to act despite a representation submitted by the Topo Area Students' Union in May 2025 seeking the driver's replacement over allegations of substance abuse and involvement in an earlier accident. Calling for a fair, transparent and time-bound inquiry, Konyak urged authorities to fix responsibility and take legal action against those found guilty. He also appealed to the Nagaland government to provide adequate ex-gratia compensation to the family of the deceased and financial assistance to the injured. Describing the Montobo NST service as the lifeline of the remote border region, the MLA said any prolonged suspension would severely affect students, patients, traders and government employees who depend on it for daily travel. He urged the Transport Department to restore the service at the earliest after ensuring all necessary safety measures are in place. The Tobu Mon Road is one of the Nagaland's most challenging routes, and transport officials have already ordered a departmental inquiry into the July 9 accident. 2 people, including a village chief, were arrested after vacant houses of the Meitei community were set on fire in a village near Limakong in Manipur on July 11. The Manipur police said the 2 arrested people have been identified as Kamang Luvom, 65, and Pagin Hangshing, 30. Luvom is the chief of Hengjang village and chairman of the Limakong Area Protection Committee. Following the mob disturbance that erupted after the houses were set on fire, a joint team of the state police and central forces made the arrest. The police said they are looking for more accused who are on the run. A defense spokesperson said when the 600-strong crowd advanced towards the illegal blockade put up by another community, the army and the police intervened, separated the opposing groups and prevented the situation from escalating into a communal clash. The structures that were set on fire were among several abandoned houses of the Meitei community in the neighborhood whose residents had left during the peak of the ethnic conflict that erupted in May 2023. Manipur Chief Minister Kemchan Tumnam strongly condemned the violence and called it a deliberate attempt by vested interests to derail the peace process. 4 criminals were killed and 3 Gurugram police crime branch personnel sustained bullet injuries during a high-voltage encounter with armed gangsters in Gurugram's Sushant Lok Phase 2 on July 8. According to the Gurugram Police Commissioner, the criminals were shooters linked to gangster Deepak Nandal, who is currently operating from abroad. Police also recovered 5 automatic weapons from the accused. The encounter took place after the shooters allegedly opened fire at the residence of a prominent businessman in the Sushant Lok area before attempting to flee. The businessman had reportedly been receiving repeated extortion messages from the foreign-based gangster. According to Gurugram Police, crime branch teams received information through the police control room about armed criminals traveling in a suspicious Scorpio SUV. When the teams reached the Sushant Lok area, the accused had already started firing at the businessman's house using sophisticated automatic weapons. Police said crime branch personnel warned the accused to surrender, but the shooters instead opened fire on the police team and attempted to escape. The crime branch then retaliated in self-defense and to apprehend the accused, during which all 5 shooters sustained bullet injuries. Police shifted all 5 injured suspects to a private super-speciality hospital. Doctors declared 4 of them dead, while 1 injured accused remains under treatment. During the exchange of fire, 3 Gurugram Police crime branch personnel also suffered gunshot injuries. Authorities rushed all the 3 injured policemen to a hospital where they were undergoing treatment under continuous medical supervision. At least 15 Indian tourists were killed and 17 others injured after a speedboat carrying 32 Indian passengers and 4 crew capsized less than 500 meters off Vietnam's Hon Me Rot Ngoi Island, close to the tourist destination of Phuket on July 11. A large group of mobile phone dealers from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana associated with Lava International was on board as part of a company-sponsored trip to Phuket, Vietnam's largest island, known for its white sand beaches. They were returning from an island trip. According to the Indian Embassy in Vietnam, 3 of the deceased were from Andhra Pradesh, 10 from Tamil Nadu and 2 from Kerala. Several of the injured are from Telangana. The survivors are undergoing treatment at hospitals near the accident site. 4 are critical. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, President Draupadi Murmu, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh were among the several national leaders who mourned the loss. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Vijay also offered condolences. Vietnamese Prime Minister Lee Min-hung also ordered a comprehensive investigation into the speedboat capsizing incident while assuring that strict action would be taken against those found responsible for the tragedy. Iran's former supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was buried at the shrine of Imam Reza in Mashhad early on July 10, bringing to a close a week of mass funeral processions and mourning ceremonies. His son and successor, Mojtaba Khamenei, remained out of public view throughout the burial, with his whereabouts continuing to draw attention. The burial at Iran's holiest shrine followed a week of funeral events, rallies and religious ceremonies in Iran and Iraq. The ceremonies coincided with renewed tensions between Iran and the United States after weeks of truce in the 4-month-old war. Khamenei was killed in the first strikes of the war launched by the United States and Israel on February 28. The United States and Iran agreed to a truce last month. Mourners accompanied Khamenei's coffin through the packed streets of Mashhad towards the shrine of Imam Reza. Iran's clerical leadership encouraged large crowds to attend the funeral events in an effort to project the strength and ideological commitment of the Islamic Republic. The ceremonies marked the culmination of a week of public mourning in both Iran and Iraq. Despite surviving months of conflict with the United States and Israel, Iran continues to face significant internal challenges. Khamenei's 37-year rule also remains deeply disputed within the country. Khamenei's funeral comes at a pivotal moment for Iran, ending nearly 4 decades of his leadership and taking place months after the latest nationwide protests against the Islamic Republic. Well, viewers, that's it for this week's news recap, and for more news like this, you stay connected to Global Window. Good night.